Sit back, relax a little bit. Let me tell you a story. See if yours is anything like mine. Remember when I was a kid? So much better when I popped the lid. Feel the rap or open it up.
Exactly, listen to Shiny. Right, and Cash App's the easy way to get money transferred when y'all with friends. So, hit up into that and then we'll get back to it.
He said, baby, jump in the back, boy. Tailgate crazy.
Tailgate crazy. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Fantasy Reports. It's Tuesday night, so you know what that means. It's Fantasy Reports live on Shady Sports Network. I'm Cedric, your bus driver, and here we are, guys. Week 1 of the NFL season is finally here. It's finally here, guys, and I do believe I have a fairly loaded show for you tonight, from lineup advice to bold predictions. This is your one-stop ride for fantasy football talk. And remember, today's show is also going to be brought to you by the homies over at Brandon Blanks, because they made all this amazing gear, man. Right? They made this Fantasy Reports gear. They made the Shady Sports Network gear. So head on over to our website. I got the link in the description. Shout out to them for that. Or Matt over at Brandon Blanks. He can make anything. You got a brand, he can put it on cloth, put it on fabric for you. So shout out to that, guys. Like I said, this is Fantasy Reports. I'm the bus driver. So how I normally do, you know how I do. I go ahead and hit you with that promo for Shady Sports Network. So we'll go ahead and hit you with this promo, because I actually have a couple of more pictures I want to get uploaded here into the studio, and then we'll get it going, because I think I got some pretty good information. So let's go ahead and get this promo rocking for you guys, and we'll be right back.
My name is Anton Popoff, and this is my 6th year of college football. Training during the hottest times of the day is a recipe for muscle cramps, which is why electrolytes are so important. Hydration is crucial for my performance. Dragon Salt eliminates muscle cramps and boosts your overall energy level. Whether it's a weight room or field session, I fuel up with Dragon Salt beforehand. It's been a game changer for me, and it'll be a game changer for you.
All right, guys. So like I said, we'll get right into it, right? We'll go ahead and get this bus rolling tonight. I think we got some pretty good stuff. I got some pretty good information for you guys over here on the bandwagon. So hop on it, get it going, right? Wake on up. Let's get this show riding, right? So, hey, look at this, though. Let's start with 2 big questions, right? Will Calvin Ridley crack the top 10 receivers? So that's one of the questions right there, right? Rookie quarterback, where is he at? Is he gonna crack the top 10? Let's see. I thought we had a graphic for him here. Guess we didn't get that loaded. But will Calvin Ridley crack the top 10? And also, can DK Metcalf bounce back and sneak into that elite tier? Right? So let's talk about that. We'll talk about some target share quarterback situations and their week 1 matchups, right? And how those could set the tone for you guys. So first up, we got Calvin Ridley, right? The Titans, they open up here in Denver against my donkeys, my Broncos. They're not donkeys this season. They're the Denver Broncos. So Tennessee Titans are opening up right, against the Broncos, and what's great is a pretty neutral matchup, right? You know, I don't know, right? Young quarterback, pretty decent, not spectacular average receiver room, some running backs looking to make a name, But I mean, I think Denver got that defense. Ridley did deal with some soreness during camp, but he did look sharp in the preseason. He had 11 snaps, 3 catches, 50 yards, telling us that he's game ready, of course, right? The big challenge here is Pat Surtain II, PS2. Ridley kicked off. He's going to kick off the season against the league's defensive player of the year, and Surtain is widely respected as a shutdown corner who gets heavy shadow coverage. Denver's shutdown corner will likely follow him around, plus a fierce Broncos defense. Predicted box score, he's probably going to get around, 55 yards, 3 to 4 catches, according to Prize Picks. And we're looking at a chilly week 1. On Reddit, one manager wrote, I'm on board, but he's likely getting the Pat Surtain treatment week 1, right? So, I don't know how far you're willing to go based off of that if he's going to have the reigning defensive player of the year shadowing him, right? But with Cam Ward making his first NFL start, Ridley's target share is going to be massive. He's sitting in wide receiver 3 territory on draft boards, which feels criminal given his volume upside. There's forecast fire under this gravy train, though. With Cam Ward likely leaning on him all season, Ridley's a wide receiver 2 with a loaded ceiling and is still at his ADP. So, I don't know so much about this weekend, but go ahead and grab him up if you get him in that wide receiver draft. If you haven't drafted yet, most people are drafted, but I'm saying, he's a pretty good pick to have over the season for most leagues. Looking over at DK Metcalf, new team, new quarterback, same beast, right? Suiting up for the Steelers, opening up against the Jets in another neutral matchup. He's trucking into hostile territory to face Sauce Gardner. Last time these two tangled, Metcalf went for 66 yards. Not earth-shattering. But he was a wide receiver 1 then as well. With Aaron Rodgers under center, Metcalf slides into the clear wide receiver 1 territory. The projections love him. 1,200 yards and possibly double-digit touchdowns if chemistry builds quickly. The only hesitation here is Rodgers adjusting. The only hesitation here is Rodgers adjusting in the system and whether DK sees the 120-plus targets he deserves. Fantasy Court just dropped case against Metcalf articles claiming boom or bust risk in a new offense. So Pittsburgh opens the slight favorites, though, and Rodgers is looking for that deep play alpha. If it clicks early, you're looking at one of the true bounce-back stars of the year. So here's the question. Are you riding with Ridley as a value still, or are you banking on Metcalf to re-enter the elite wide receiver tier? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the chat. I want to hear who your bold wide receiver 1 call is for this season, guys. So get that in the chat for me. Let me know who you're going for, right? I'd love to hear that. Remember, head on over to Shady Sports Network, and you can find this and much, much more over there on the network, shadysportsnetwork.com. Right? All right, guys. So put your seatbelts on. It's time for a stop at the quarterback's crossroads. First up, Brock Purdy, the steady hand in San Francisco. And then we'll shift gears over to Jackson Dart, the rookie in waiting over in New York. Let's see where they stand early this 2025 season, right? So I got Brock Purdy graphic. Oh, all my graphics in low. Wish I could have checked that. But either way, whatever. It is what it was. Got Brock Purdy right there. Talk about my man. First stop, Brock Purdy. Purdy has been a steady fantasy option. But how many quarterbacks should really be ranked ahead of him going into 2025? Right? We'll put him up against the league's best and see if he deserves to climb higher. Right now, he's sitting at quarterback 11, according to ESPN and most PPR ranks. That feels fair. He's efficient. He's steady. And with Shanahan's system, he's a known commodity, right? Last season, he was fantasy quarterback 6, and he ranked top 5 in EPA per play. He's got pedigree. But let's not gloss over the red flags. All them people the 49ers got rid of, man. They are missing key weapons, and his offense isn't exactly booming. Reddit's even reminding us that yards per attempt crown ain't nothing to scoff at. So he's a safe QB1, but whether he's QB8 or QB11 depends on your risk appetite, right? All right, so Week 1. Let's see something really quick. So, yeah. We got week 1 sending him to Seattle in a fairly neutral matchup. Not a highlight reel, but not a roadblock either. His passing line is under 250 yards, which he normally eclipses. But Seattle is built to slow the game. Expect a controlled, if not explosive, performance. Fortunately, his offense looks healthier, which should help his floor in fantasy. So, I mean, safe pick, right? Nothing to be like, oh, this is everything, but it is what it was. So, that's Brock Purdy. All right, next stop, moving on over, talking Jackson Dart. While we're talking quarterback play, what about Jackson Dart? Will he see the field this season? And if so, when's the most realistic time he could take over? The rookie is the QB2 on the depth chart, ahead of Winston, but Coach Dabble hasn't confirmed who's snapping balls week 1, so he may not see the ball. His preseason was electric with a few turnovers, solid accuracy, but unless Wilson completely falls flat, Dart remains in the sideline. Word around the buses, he'll get a shot by week 5, maybe against the Saints. Yeah, the Giants are easing him in, which is smart, right? We've seen this with Mahomes and Hurts before. If he sees the field this season, he'll be fantasy gold, especially down the stretch, because that means he's playing. So, if you get a chance, you may want to go and snatch him up. That's all I'm saying. Right. All right, folks. So hope you got your seat belts on. We're moving into some stats and some sorcery. How you guys feeling? You digging it so far? Yeah. All right. So keeping it going, some stats and sorcery. Next stop. Get those seatbelts on. Welcome to my week 1 stats and sorcery segment, where we're going to be talking about the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Dallas Cowboys in a heated NFC East showdown at Lincoln Financial Field. This game's got it all. Fireworks, a Super Bowl banner raising, and ton of fantasy implications, right? So let's break down the must-start and sit-worthy players along with some stat predictions to help you set your lineups for Thursday night, right? Let's get it again. This here. Yeah! And it couldn't have come at a better time, right, Lil John? All right, so, man, this Thursday night game is full of, just top 10 fantasy players all across the board. Usually you're looking at Thursday night games and you probably aren't starting, right? During the season, usually a Thursday night game is super unpredictable. So you try to stay away from it if you can. But this Thursday night game, this is week 1 in the NFL. The 2025 season, right? Super Bowl champion Eagles. Look at the Eagles. This is who you want to start from the Eagles. Obviously, Jalen Hurts must start, right? Quarterback. This is dual threat. He's a dynamo, and it's a no-brainer. Last season, he threw for 2,903 yards and 18 touchdowns with just 5 picks, while adding 630 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns on the ground. Okay. Right? Little John knows that's pretty solid, right? He lit it up. In 2024 against Dallas, he completed 14 of 20 passes for 202 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and added 56 rushing yards with 2 more scores. With the Cowboys defense weakened after trading away Michael Parsons, Hurts should feast. Stat prediction, 250 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 50 rushing yards, 1 push touchdown. You heard it. Saquon Barkley must start.
Okay.
Well, John knows what's up. Barkley was a fantasy monster in 2024, becoming just the 9th player in NFL history to rush for 2,000-plus yards in a season, finishing with 2,005 yards and 13 touchdowns. He shredded Dallas for 233 rushing yards across 2 games last year. And with the Cowboys' run defense ranking 4th worst in 2024, he's primed for another big night. Expect heavy volume and a favorable matchup. Stat prediction, 120 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 catches for 25 yards. Saquon Barkley. Beast mode. Cash it. Money in the bank, right? AJ Brown must start.
Okay.
Well, John just knows what's up with all these. The Eagles wide receiver 1 hauled in 67 catches for 1,079 yards and 7 touchdowns in just 13 games last season. With Dallas' secondary ranking in the bottom 10, I don't think you'll see Brown reading books on the sideline, right? Brown's a lock for a high target share in this potential shootout. The Eagles will want to keep him happy after past target complaints, so expect him to be fed early and often. Stat prediction, 6 catches, 90 yards, 1 touchdown. All right, keep it going. Devonta Smith, wide receiver.
Okay.
I won't do that the whole time. I just thought it was cool. Oh, wide receiver. Strong start. Right? Not a must start, but a strong start. Wide receiver 2, flex territory. Smith's 833 yards and 8 touchdowns in 2024 make him a boom or bust wide receiver 2. But this matchup screams boom. What is it at? Do I got a boom on here? The Cowboys secondary struggles, and Smith's big playability makes him a great flex play. Stat prediction, 5 catches, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. Tutty all across the boardy. So is that touchdown for Devontae, touchdown for AJ Brown, touchdown for Saquon Barkley. That's 3 touchdowns. Oh, rushing touchdown for Jalen Hurts. 4 touchdowns right there for the Eagles. That's a lot of touchdowns. A lot of TDs. Eagles sit them. Guys, you may want to stay away from. I'm not saying you have to sit them, but you just might want to. If you got a better option, you use the better option. Dallas Goedert. I would probably go in a different direction. Right? Matchup based tight end 1. He averaged 4.2 catches for 49.6 yards per game in 2024. But with AJ and Devontae commanding targets, he's a risky start in a game where the Eagles may lean on their run game. The Cowboys were middle of the pack against tight ends last year, so he's a low-end tight end 1 at best. Sit him if you have a safer option, like, hey, a Travis Kelce or a Sam Laporta. Stat prediction, 3 catches, 35 yards, no touchdowns. Nope. Maybe not a meltdown. But just stay away if you don't have to. All right, moving on. Cowboys start. Dak Prescott, solid start. Not a must start, solid start. Right? He don't get a little John. Let's see. He get nothing. Right? Gotta be a must start. Prescott's back from a hamstring injury that cost him 9 games in 2024. And he's got a revamped receiving core with CeeDee Lamb and newcomer George Pickens. The Eagles' defense is stout, but they lost key pieces, which could open up passing lanes. Prescott's high-volume passing, 61% pass rate in 2024, makes him a QB1 in his potential high-scoring game. Stat prediction, 280 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Denied.
All right, CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is a must start.
Okay.
Lamb remains the Cowboys' alpha receiver. And with Prescott back, he's a lock for wide receiver 1 production. The Eagles secondary could struggle against Lamb's route running. He's a set it and forget it play. Stat prediction, 7 catches, 100 yards, 1 tutty. Yes. George Pickens. We got him as a flex start. So we don't get nothing either. George Pickens, the Cowboys' new wide receiver 2 acquired via trade, brings explosive playmaking. His debut could be a statement game. Though the Eagles' elite defense, second in EPA allowed per play, might limit his ceiling. He's a high upside in deeper flex leagues. Stat predictions: 4 catches, 60 yards, no touchdowns.
Denied.
Cowboys sit all of their running backs. Just
Denied.
stay away. Don't deal with them. Just don't. Just don't. You don't want to deal with none of them. It's just meltdown city. All of the running backs: Javonte, Miles Sanders, Jadon Blue. Dallas revamped his backfields, but it's a mess for fantasy. Javonte is likely to lead back, yeah, but his efficiency tanked since his 2022 knee injury. And the Eagles' run defense is third in opponents' touchdowns per game in 2024. With a committee approach and tough matchup, avoid all of the Cowboys' running backs. Williams stat predictions: 50 rushing yards, 2 catches for 15 yards. He'll probably get around 35 rushing yards if he plays like he did with the Broncos. So, I don't know. I would stay away from all of their running backs. All right. Keeping it moving, keeping it grooving. Couple guys. Another person sit. Jake Ferguson. Ferguson's a sneaky option with upside, ranking 10th in targets amongst tight ends in 2024, but the Eagles were stingy against tight ends, allowing the third fewest fantasy points per game. With Prescott spreading the ball to Lamb and Pickens, Ferguson's a risky play. Sit him for a higher floor tight end. Stat predictions: 3 catches, 30 yards. Game outlook: the Eagles are 7.5 point favorites, or 7.5 point favorites, with a 47.5 point over under. With Dallas's defense ranked 31st in points allowed last season. Now without Micah Parsons, this could turn to a one-sided affair. Philly's run-heavy approach should dominate, but Dallas's pass-heavy offense might keep it competitive early. Lean on Eagles stars and be cautious with Cowboys outside of Prescott and Lamb. That's how it usually is, right? For more lineup advice, you can check out the full analysis over at shadysportsnetwork.com. Check out my article. Hit me up on the group. Let's talk about it, right? All righty. That was Stats and Sorcery. That was Stats and Sorcery. All right, moving on. Keeping it moving. Talking about somebody we all know came back. He's healthy. He's ready to go. Devon Achane, Miami Speedster. Where does he rank amongst fantasy running backs going into week 1? Let's compare him against ESPN's top 10 running back list, and I'll give you my take on whether he's a must start, a flex, or just a player to watch. A jag. Just a guy. He's back at practice after the calf issue, and he's expected to play week 1 versus Indy. Right? So he's back. He's ready to go.
Yeah!
The Colts were middle of the pack against running backs last season, stingy on the ground, but softer against receiving backs. That's A-Chain's bread and butter. I think 15, 18 touches, around 90 total yards, and maybe a tutty thrown in there. Right? Now, if you roster him, like Reezy, over in my Dynasty League, you also, like him, want to try to stash rookie Ollie Gordon the second, right? With Jalen Wright sideline, Gordon's a clear handcuff in case A-Chain misses time. A-Chain's just coming back, so he may miss something. So you may want to go pick up Ollie Gordon. Just have him sitting right there if you got A-Chain as you're starting running back. Just in case. Just in case, my dudes. Right? A-Chain isn't in that top tier. But look, this is how he compares. Unlike the steady bell cow guys, his value as a space squasher and receiving threat it's not fully captured in most raw rank lists, right? Facing Indy's middling defense against pass catching backs. That's the gap he plugs for us. He's going to get in there and get it done, right? With those catches coming out of the backfield, especially when Tua has to dump it out. He's a confirmed week 1 starter. Unlike some that might be ranked ahead of him who have workload ambiguity. I don't know word. So for your drafting logic, if you grabbed him late, you're looking at mid-level running back 2 value with bonus ceiling, right? Because you probably drafted him late because he was hurt when you drafted, right? So I think he's a running back 2 or running back 1 upside on week 1 or any week for that matter. Plug him in, protect yourself by getting Gordon. That way you don't have to go get somebody else. Simple as that. Well, not simple as that, but just go do it. Gosh. All I'm saying, man. Go and get him. Yo, let's take a little promo real quick. Hold your horses. Calm down. Don't be getting at me about these lists, the stats and sorcery. Get back. Calm down, people. We're just chilling, right? It's just fantasy reports, right? And it's just your boy, the bus driver. Ain't nothing new here. We're just getting it in, getting it done. So rock with me, guys. Please remember, hit that like button. If you haven't already, if you have not already, head over to Shady Sports Network YouTube. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get that subscribe count up, right? All you people on X checking out the show, hit that like button. Share. Take 2 seconds to share. I appreciate you guys watching. Keep hanging tight, right? I'll be right back. So rock with me, hit that like button, share, subscribe. 3 things I ask you to do. I'm the bus driver. This is Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports Network. I'll be right back.
Good luck, everyone here. Oh my Lord, who is this? Joe Burrow! Joe Burrow! AFC North smoked it right here, baby. Fanatics, authenticated Joe Burrow on the speed, incredible hit, going to Alpha Wolf. Congratulations, Alpha.
All right, let's get back into it. What's up, guys? Those of you just joining in, I'm Cedric, the bus driver. You're watching Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports Network. And we're just getting into week 1, man. I'm talking some start sets. I was going through a couple of key players. Calvin Ridley, DK Metcalf, Devon A-Chain, Brock Purdy, Jackson Dart. A couple people I talked in the Thursday night game already. So rewind, check that out. Now we're moving forward, right? Right? So we'll keep it moving forward. And next up, we'll be talking some injuries, right? And do our injury updates for you guys. Yo, what's up? Let me know them updates. Yo, let's talk injuries or really the lack of them for our top 10 fantasy studs. Only 3 names even have a blip on the radar, and even those concerns are pretty minor. Here's a quick rundown, plus some handcuffs, maybe some depth chart updates, just to help if something does happen, right, to them, right? And then if you do have any start set questions going into the season, drop them into the comments, drop them into whatever chat you on, and I'll get you ready to dominate on these matchups. We'll get into it. So get those in there, and we'll get on to it. So, guys, keep rocking with me. Let's talk these injury updates, right? So The first one we got Najee Harris, running back of the Chiefs. He's questionable with a superficial eye injury, right? He says he's back. I think he came back the other day. They said he came back or something, but he's questionable. He is clear for contact and off the NFI list, but the Chargers haven't guaranteed he'll go in week 1. They haven't said for sure he'll play, right? So rookie Amarion Hampton is listed as a starter right now. But if you did happen to draft him thinking maybe he'll come back, check out Hassan Haskins. He's been rotating as a running back 2 behind Hampton in practice and should see some real volume if Harris can go, especially in Jim Harbaugh's offense. Kamani Vidal is a running back 3, flashed in 2024 with a touchdown graph, but he's more of a deep league stash. You really want to, I'd say maybe just check out Haskins, keeping an eye on him, maybe not even pick him up. Christian McCaffrey, running back 49ers, right? When is he not hurt? He managed Achilles tendonitis in 2024, but is fully cleared with no restrictions. We'll keep an eye on his workload, though, right? Jordan Mason is gone. He was traded to the Vikings. So the handcuff is now Brian Robinson Jr., who came over from Washington. And if CMC says, I think Robinson becomes a plug-and-play running back 1, right? Rookie or second-year player Isaac Guerrero has 420 yards and 4 scores from last year. 4 scoring 7 years ago. But I think he does slide into running back 3 over there behind Robinson. In my opinion, I think Robinson. And it's Brian. I don't know. I like Brian Robinson Jr. As well too. So I think that surprised me as a trade. But sometimes people, I don't know. They don't want to deal with that stuff. Anyway, Justin Jefferson, wide receiver of the Vikings. Minor hamstring issues, soreness in camp. I think that kind of dropped him in some fantasy drafts too. But he was back to full practice in late August. He's good to go. Jordan Addison is suspended for 3 games, and the Vikings just recently got Adam Thielen back. So I think him plus Jalen Naylor and rookie Miles Price, if Jefferson would have missed time, that group probably looks again like the 2018 Vikings wideout receiving core of Thielen, Diggs, and Treadwell, right? Thielen's still that PPR slot machine. Naylor brings speed, and Price has the versatility to slide in. So I think they can handle it if he were to sit out. Bottom line, not really any season enders, no major red flags. You're starting all these stars with confidence, right? But keep Haskins circle and watch that Vikings wide receiver trio sneak insurance. You probably got Thielen anyway, right? Haskins could be a running back 2 on volume if Harris sits, and the Minnesota receivers could recreate the 2018 look again if Jefferson missed snaps, right? Given J.J. McCarthy still a plethora of options to throw to, right? Next, we're going to dive into them week 1 matchups, right? We're going to be talking some starts, some sits. Hey, what's up, Philly Mike? Hey, Philly Mike always coming with his crazy takes, right? Do be on it with those takes. Let's see what he came up. Oh, I wish I'd have. Oh, I realized I didn't put the chat in there or something. Oh, they took that option out or something. But let's see. Philly Mike with the crazy take. Mike Evans just got traded to the Chiefs. Whoa. Wow, man. Whoa. Just posted on X. Coming consistent, my dude. Yo, what's Philly going to do? I saw on the ESPN simulator, they said Philly was not even going to make the playoffs. Are the Chiefs, right? How do you think they're going to do, Philly Mike? Let me know. Hit the like button, too, and subscribe if you haven't, my dude. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so let's move on. We got these week 1 matchups. So I went through ESPN's top 10 in all the positions, and I'm going to tell you what games to watch in week 1, right? From Friday's Chiefs-Chargers banger in Brazil to Monday night's NFC North slugfest with the Vikings and Bears. I got your lineups locked, stat predictions ready, and everything you need to dominate your fantasy league. Don't listen to Philly Mike and his crazy takes. Grab your coffee, set those rosters, and let's get it, right? We'll get right into it, guys. So, put this up. I got so we'll talk about these must-start studs and some people you should probably set, right? Probably set these guys. So, Starting with Friday night, Chiefs, Chargers. You can find that over on YouTube. It's going to be in Brazil, guys. YouTube's coming through with the live. Everybody's trying to get live sports. It seems like it's going everywhere. The ESPN's trying to pull it into one, right? Why it matters. The NFL kicks off in Brazil with Mahomes headlining against the revamped Chargers squad. You're going to want to start Pat Mahomes. Mahomes is still your quarterback cheat code. Chargers ranked 29th versus quarterbacks in 2024. No Rashee Rice. It's okay. Expect more Hollywood Brown and Ricky and the burner Xavier Worthy. Projection, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns, 20 rushing yards. You want to start? Travis Kelce. Even at 36, even getting married, he's still the king. Chargers gave up the 10th most fantasy points to tight ends last year. It's a dome. His target shares are going to stay the same. Again, no Rashee Rice due to his suspension. Projection, 7 catches, 85 yards, 1 tutty. You also want to start Omarion Hampton, running back Chargers. Like I said, Najee Harris is questionable with the eye injury. Hampton, fresh off 200 yards in college, slides right into this run-heavy scheme. So projection, 95 rushing yards, 1 tutty, 4 catches for 25 yards. And then you're going to want to sit Najee Harris. Why? Because of the injury I talked about. Plus all those other guys, they don't need him. They probably won't play him. Kansas City's playoff defense tightened up last year. If he does get in, 35 rushing yards is all I'm giving him. So stay away. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's see if we got something for it. Right? Najee Harris.
Denied.
Omarion Hampton.
Okay.
Pat Mahomes.
Okay.
Travis Kelce.
Okay.
That's your Friday night game. Those are your starters and somebody you want to stay away from. Who you probably got. Sorry, somebody else if you can over Najee. I don't know why you have them. All right, Sunday. Man, I think I got all the games. It's probably somebody starting every game, man. I'm telling you. Anyway, Sunday, Bucks versus Falcons. That'll be on Fox. Start. Bijan. Top 5 upside. 1,400 plus yards last season. Facing Tampa's average defense. 114 rushing yards, 1 tutty, 5 catches, 35 yards. Bijan.
Okay.
Start. Mike Evans, wide receiver 1 lock. Falcons allowed nearly 70% of completions in 24. We'll give him 8 catches, 100, and not to mention Godwin's hurt again, right? 8 catches, 110 yards, 1 tutty. Mike Evans.
Okay.
Who you gonna want to sit from this game? Oh man, this hurts because it's my guy. Drake London, wide receiver, Atlanta. Target spread too thin. They're trying to get Pitts involved, trying to get more involved. 4 catches, 55 yards. Drake London.
Denied.
Stay away from him. Alrighty. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. We moving, we grooving. What up, guys? You still rocking with me? Did you remember to hit the like button? Did you remember to share? Did you tell your homies about me? I hope you did. Anyway, keep this grooving, keep this moving. All right. Bengals versus Browns, also on Fox. You'll want to start Jamar Chase. Duh, right? Duh. Top 3 wide receiver against Cleveland. 9 catches, 125 yards, 1 tutty. Jamar Chase.
Okay.
There we go. You're going to want to sit David Njoku, tight end. Why? Flacco's conservative. Bengals D is 4th best? What? We'll see that, right? They're supposed to have a good defense? You let me know. I'm giving them 3 catches, 40 yards. David Njoku.
Denied.
If you can, stay away from them. All right, moving on. Dolphins versus Colts. That'll be on CBS. We talked a little bit about it earlier, right? With Devon Achane. So obviously you probably want to start Devon Achane, right? But another guy you want to start, Tyreek Hill. Indy struggles with perimeter speed. We'll give him 8 catches, 135 yards, 1 touchdown. Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
Start him with confidence. All right, set. Whoo. Jonathan Taylor. Oh, I thought people were going to start throwing stuff at me. Sit Jonathan Taylor. Tough matchup, man. Who's the quarterback? Give him 60 rushing yards. Jonathan Taylor.
Denied.
Find a better option if you can for week 1. All right. Raiders versus Patriots on CBS. You're going to want to start. Obviously, this guy for sure. Brock Bowers. Tight end 1. 6 catches, 75 yards, 1 tutty. So Brock Bowers.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this guy, Stephon Diggs. Made a Diggs connection is heating up. I'm going to give him 8 catches, 100 yards, 1 tutty. Stephon Diggs is a must start.
Okay.
You don't want to sit Ramondre Stevenson. Sit that dude. The Raiders got a beefed up run D, 45 yards, no tutty. Ramondre.
Denied.
Yeah. Stay away from that guy. All right. Moving on. No. Cardinals versus the Saints. You want to start Trey McBride, right? This dude was a reception beast last season. He was Murray's safety blanket. Give him 7 catches, 70 yards, 1 tutty. Finally get into the touchdown. Didn't get a whole lot of those last season, but he will this year. So Trey McBride is a must start.
Okay.
On the other side, the Saints, you're gonna want to sit Alvin Kamara. Crowded backfield. Cards run D is stout. Give him 40 rushing yards. Alvin Kamara.
Denied.
Sorry, guys. Alvin Kamara is denied for now. Just week 1, guys. Just week 1. So doesn't mean it's denied forever. Doesn't mean it's don't use them. Just saying. Just week 1, you may just want to stay away from them. All right, keeping it moving. Giants versus Commanders. All right, guys. Giants versus Commanders. Start Jaden Daniels. Dual threat. Floor is gold. 205 passing yards, 1 touchdown. 60 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. So Jaden Daniels, touchdown through the air, touchdown on the ground. He is a must start.
Okay.
Well, John definitely agrees. On the flip side, you probably want to sit this guy, Malik Neighbors, right? You didn't see a whole lot out of Pickens when Russell Wilson started last season. Wilson's deke and dunk limits upside. 4 catches, 50 yards. So right now I'm saying week 1, Malik Neighbors.
Denied.
Not your guy. Stay away from him. All right, moving on. Panthers versus Jaguars. Yeah. Hey, guys, you want to start this dude? Travis Etienne. Carolina can't stop the run. Simple as that. 105 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. So Travis Etienne.
Okay.
On the flip side, you want to sit this guy, Bryce Young. Why are you starting him anyway? Low volume, shaky supporting cast, 160 yards, interception. Bryce Young.
Denied.
Yeah. Stay away from him, guys. All right, moving on to Sunday afternoon. Finally, my guys play. Like, oh, gosh. Finally, I can watch some orange and blue. Get it, right? Titans versus Broncos. You can see that on Fox. You're going to want to start Tony Pollard, running back of Tennessee. Cam Ward's mobility helps the ground game. I'm going to give him 100 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. We'll see about that. 100 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, Tony Pollard.
Okay.
Go ahead and do what you want to. Maybe J.K. Dobbins. See him in flex. Titans got a weak run D, but it will be running back by committee. They'll be trying to see R.J. Harvey as well. But maybe we can see J.K. get, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. So I'm going to give him to J.K. Dobbins. Lil John agrees. All right. And then on the flip side, though, we talked about him earlier. You do want to sit this guy, Calvin Ridley. I know he's going to get mad volume, but going up against Denver's D, honestly, 3 catches, 45 yards. He won't even hit that 55-yard mark I predicted earlier. So you're going to want to sit Calvin Ridley.
Denied.
Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. All right. Yo, let's take a quick little break. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Give you a chance to do that. Check out ShadySportsNetwork.com. Check out Shady Sports Network on YouTube. Check us out basically anywhere you're on social media. You can find Shady Sports Network. So you can always look us up, guys. There it is right there, showing you how to see it. Covering all today's sports, all types of sports. So anywhere you social media, you can find the team Shady Sports Network. So please remember to hit that like button, guys. But yeah, I'll be right back. I'll take a quick break. And then when I come back, we'll continue with these updates, guys. So check this out. Hit the like button, hit that share button. Please subscribe. All right, guys, we back. We're just going over these week 1 previews, and I'm talking about games with mostly top 10 players that I'm going through with a starting set. So if I'm talking to these guys, it's mostly top 10 players in these games. And so the majority of you should probably have these guys on your team, right? Hopefully, right? You want to have at least 1 or 2 of these guys that you hear me talking about on your team, unless I'm saying set them for this first week. You don't want to use them, but you know what I'm saying. So here we go. We'll get back into it. We're just talking to the Broncos Titans game, couple start sets. So moving on, we got 49ers Seahawks. You can catch that on Fox. You want to start Christian McCaffrey, automatic RB1. If he's playing, start him, right? 125 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, and then 6 more catches for 50 yards. So CMC,
Okay.
Lil John agrees. On the flip side, you're going to want to sit Jackson Smith and Jigba. Why? No DK, so the San Francisco defense is going to clamp down on them. I'm telling you, these guys are going to only have 4 catches, 55 yards. You kind of probably want to stay away from that, right? So JSN,
Denied.
move on to bigger, better days, right? So moving on, Lions and Packers on CBS. You want to start Amon-Ra St. Brown. Why? This guy's a target monster. 9 catches, 115 yards, 1 tutty. So I think when it comes to Amon-Ra St. Brown, Lil John would agree.
Okay.
Right? There we go. And then on the flip side, you want to sit Josh Jacobs for Green Bay. Timeshare plus Detroit's front 7. We'll give him 50 yards. So you want to stay away from Josh Jacobs. Yes, we don't like him. Not this week, week 1, right? Keep it moving. Just in week 1, right? So we got more weeks into the season. This is just getting it started. So, and this is my opinion, you feel otherwise, go with your gut. This is just how I feel. So, all right, moving on. Texas versus Rams, and that'll be on CBS as well. You're going to want to start CJ Stroud. Why? Quarterback 1 upside versus a shaky Rams D. 280 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Even though he has that interception, still with CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Lil John agrees to start him. On the flip side, you will want to sit Kyron Williams. He's split in the backfield. We'll give him about 50 yards. So if you start him, you'll be back there like, why did I start Kyron Williams? So Kyron Williams.
Denied.
All right, moving on. Sunday night football. Are you ready for some football? Some Sunday night party. You partying with me? How you guys feeling? You hitting that like button? Shady Sports Network in the house. I am the bus driver. This is Fantasy Reports. You see the gear. Head over to BrandonBlanks.com or ShadySportsNetwork.com. Scroll down to the bottom. You see the link to get to the Shady Sports Network gear. You get this fire gear, man. Check it out. You want to represent with pride or you want to get your own brand, hit him up. Matt makes amazing stuff. So While you're here, though, hit that like button, guys. Keep rocking with me. How we're doing. So, going through our start set for week 1, right? So if you got any start or set questions, get that in the chat, guys. I would love to hear from you. So just to keep it moving, Sunday Night Football, Ravens versus the Bills. That'll be on NBC. Why it matters. The past two MVP quarterbacks in prime time, right? Nothing else on. Just those guys. Right? So who do you want to start? Obviously, Josh Allen. Dude's a hammer. 285 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 55 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, 3 touchdowns overall. So
Okay.
for Josh Allen. Another start, Lamar Jackson, obviously always QB1 material. 220 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 65 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns overall. So when it comes to Lamar Jackson,
Okay.
yes, sir. Guy you want to sit? DeAndre Hopkins. Why? Too many targets, tough matchup. 4 catches, 50 yards. Stay away from DeAndre Hopkins, right?
Denied.
All right, keep it moving. Monday Night Football. Vikings versus the Bears over on ESPN. You'll want to start always, right? Justin Jefferson, wide receiver 1 overall. Matchup proof, quarterback proof. 10 catches, 145 yards, 1 touchdown. So when it comes to Justin Jefferson, obviously,
Okay.
we're riding with them no matter what, right? So it's money. Guy you want to sit, though, on the flip side, DeAndre Swift, running back Chicago. You know, dealing with Caleb Williams, it's tough defense. So many people in the backfield. I'm giving about 40 yards. Stay away from DeAndre Swift.
Denied.
All right. Week 1 is loaded, guys. Week 1 is loaded with fantasy gold. So obviously it's week 1, right? So everybody's playing. So you know what you're in for. Studs like Mahomes, Jefferson, McCaffrey, automatic. But matchups matter. Take swings and upside guys, right? Like Dobbins. Fade volume traps like Najee and Kamara. And hey, what's your boldest week 1 call? Put it in the comments. I'd love to talk about it in the next episode. You know, obviously next Tuesday we'll be doing a recap of what we're talking about now and going into week 2. Until then, guys, set those lineups. Go and get that W. And like I said earlier, don't forget, right? Check out brandingblanks.com, right? Or go over shadysportsnetwork.com. Stroll to the bottom. Check out our gear. It'll show you the link to our gear. Get Shady Sports Network gear. Get Fantasy Reports gear. All right, get your own gear, right? So, all righty then. Yo, let's take a quick promo. We come back. I'm going to go over my fantasy lineups going into the week, right? And then I'd love to hear about your fantasy lineups going into the week. Go ahead and leave those in the chat, and we'll talk about those. So, guys, rock with me. This is the bus driver. I'm the bus driver. You're watching Fantasy Reports here on Shady Sports Network. Every Tuesday, I'm live. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Denver time. I'm live. And I'll be trying to do Sundays too. We'll see. We'll get there. Sundays, I want to do injury updates. This Sunday, there's not really too many injury updates, but I'll be on. I'll see if we get any start set questions, and we'll get that flowing. So come back and check me out Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for both. So 7 p.m. Tuesdays and 7 a.m. Sundays, Mountain Standard Time. We'll also have other shows, Dynasty Academy on Thursday nights. We have Around the Indoor Football World Saturday mornings, as well as the Bus Stop on Saturday mornings. So starting 6:30 Mountain Time, come over to Shady Sports Network and just watch us the whole day. We'll be doing NFL pregame reports Sunday mornings as well, too. So we got you. We got Eagles Elite. We got NFC Beast, right? We got Monarch Madness. Madness, some whatever it's called. We got match shows. Head over to Shady Sports Network, and we got you covered, right? So, as well as head over to our website, shadysportsnetwork.com. We got articles. This show, I'll have the article format of the show. So if you don't want to hear me, go read it. I got my fantasy reports, the bus drivers fantasy intro. So I got my guide to fantasy football, guys. Go read it. You don't know how to play fantasy football? I got you. Hit me up. Anyway, take a quick little break. Like I said, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on X, wherever you are. Check us out. Hit that like button. Please share. I'm the bus driver. This is Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports Network. I'll be right back, guys. Yo, you still rocking? That's amazing. Thank you. Hit that like button, hit that share button. And like I said, please subscribe to our YouTube. We're trying to grow, man. I think we just crossed over 2,500 subscribers, and we're trying to keep it going. I want to see 10,000 by the end of the football season. So by the end of the NFL season, because here on Shady Sports Network, football is year round. All right, guys. So let's go to this next stop. I'll walk you through my fantasy lineups for week 1, who I'm starting, who I'm sitting, right? That'll give you a sense of how I'm attacking matchups and injuries right out of the gate. So let's see. We'll start with my sleeper, my foosball sleeper league. So check this out, right? I got Jaden Daniels as my quarterback, Ashton Genty, Chase Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, DK Metcalf, Laporta, Jameson Williams, and Brandon Aubrey as my kicker. Because kickers that get a lot of points are big points. This is a different league. We also got 4 IDP in this league too, so defense stretches it out. But kind of for the most part standard scoring, no really bonus scoring, and it's an 8-person league, so that's why my team's stacked, right? I feel like I got a pretty solid team. You see who I'm playing. I think it'll be a pretty good matchup. I feel pretty confident going into that matchup. Just kind of, I don't know. I think it'll be a tight one between Daniels and Hurts. It really comes down to what the defenses are looking like that day, both playing, division games. Everybody, I think, is they're playing division games, right? Most teams are playing division games. Actually, the Raiders in New England aren't. But, right, I think I like Genty versus Urban, first year versus second year player. I'm not scared. Chase Brown versus Kyron Williams, kind of, same difference. Both can either bust or boom, but I like Chase Brown for sure having that boom. Doesn't have to share as much. It's pretty much his backfield. Amon-Ra, so it's Jamar Chase. Oof. I think, I'll give that to him, right? Obviously. But we'll see. Just because Detroit has a few more mouths to feed, right? I think Cincy has a lot of mouths to feed too, right? But moving on, Metcalf, Neighbors, I think, kind of because the Neighbors who his quarterback is, I think I kind of put them in the same kind of boat. And then same thing, Kittle, Laporta, they got Kittle going off, but I don't know. I mean, I guess he can be that safety blanket for Purdy. So we'll see, right? And then Jameson Williams and flex against Marion Hampton. I think that same thing, Hampton being a rookie kind of go either way. And the kickers, kickers, it is what it is. I'm just happy to kind of get points from my kickers. So that's my sleeper foosball league for IDP as well. I should have put this up also to add, but we usually just talk on the offensive side of the PPR around here. But I'd be down to get down and talk some defense. I'm learning it myself, but I'm down to get down and talk it if you want to talk about it as well. So keeping it, that's just one of my fantasy teams. Moving on, I got this other one. This is from the Shady Sports Network Yahoo League, and this is a 2-quarterback super flex, right? So it's a 12-person league, and I think it's one of my hardest leagues for sure. But I managed to learn, I guess, quarterbacks went in the first round. I think we had 7 quarterbacks in the first 2 rounds, but I got Baker Mayfield as my QB1. Cortland Sutton, Deebo Samuel, Jahmyr Gibbs, Chase Brown again. Got to get Chase Brown if I see him. Evan Ingram, Kenneth Walker III in my flex. Jared Goff is my second quarterback. Bass as my kicker and Green Bay as my defense. I feel pretty solid about my team, though, honestly, in this league. I think I can compete. I think across the board, especially Goff and Mayfield, I think I got a chance for both my quarterbacks to both go off in the same week. And then, but I think, Goff will be kind of more towards the average side than none. I feel like Evan Ingram will definitely outscore his predictions. I feel really good about him and that Broncos offense. Obviously, you see, I got Sutton, snatched him up when I could. Try to get more Broncos players. I try to get, RJ Harvey. Try to get J.K. Dobbins just to hold on to. I don't know. I feel like them as my backup. I think the Broncos will be good. I think Gibbs, PPR monster is going to eat it up. And like I said, I think Baker Mayfield can just go off anytime. But in this Yahoo League, I feel really good, confident. Usually I'm around towards the bottom of the pack in that league. I think I'll have a breakout. I think this year, this team will break out for me. What do you guys think? How are you feeling so far about my teams? I got my matchup for the foosball league. What are you thinking so far? Did I do okay? Did I draft all right? I think I got like C's for both my draft grades, something like that. All right, moving on. This is a no bench league. So it went kind of ham. You just got to draft who you get, and if they're hurt, then you got to replace them with someone else, meaning you got to drop them. So there's no bench, just your starters. So I'm on the left. I got Bo Nix. There we go. Devon A. Chain. Talked about him, right? Aaron Jones. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Talked about him, right? Scary Terry. TJ Hawkinson. A little iffy. Wait a little bit to snatch up tight end, but I feel good about tight ends. It is what it is. ETN from Jacksonville, not Carolina, which they play Carolina. But I feel good about that flex. He can pop. We'll see. And then my kicker's Dicker. I feel like if ETN doesn't pop, I can replace him hopefully quickly in week 2. That's just my thoughts on it. So, but I feel good going against my opponent, although he does have Lamar Jackson, which I think Bo Nix can outscore his projection for sure. I think for the most part, the rest of it will probably be about close and accurate. But I think I got a good chance. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to take a chance. Hey, everybody. Clap your hands. All right, how you guys feeling about my team so far, though? Digging it? Not digging it? Feeling it? Not feeling it? Want me to get cheap views? What's the word? So that's also in Sleeper as well, that no bench league. The Yahoo Superflex League is on Yahoo. And then my 4 IDP league is in Sleeper, the Sleeper Fantasy app as well. Shout out Sleeper Fantasy app. I was on a big mission to try to get sponsored with them or partner with them. So hopefully we can get back to that. So at Sleeper Fantasy app, say Sleeper Fantasy app a couple more times. And hopefully they pick up the fact that I said Sleeper Fantasy app. What's up, guys? How are we feeling? That's that's about all I have for tonight. I thought it was a pretty good episode of Fantasy Reports. Man, I made it over the hour mark. Now people want to step in. What's up, you new people stepping in now? Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that share. Drop something in the comments. I mean, if you guys do want to get in some start set questions, I'll hang around for a bit. But make sure you do hit that subscribe button on the Shady Sports Network YouTube channel. Follow us on X at 303 Bandwagon and at Shady Sports Net. Tap into our Facebook communities, the Mile High Bandwagon and the Shady Sports Network groups. Again, big shout out to BrandonBlanks.com, Matt providing the gear that you see me rocking. Right, week 1. It's here. We are here. Right? I think Lil John with it. He's been with it all night, right?
Okay.
No, right? We will not be held down. So more days. Thursday night, less than 2 days, pretty much. We'll be at Thursday night football by this time. in 2 days. So let me know how you guys feel. Head over to our Discord channel. We'll have Justin will be in there with his chat for Thursday night. Check out Dynasty Academy on Thursday night. Check out all the other shows we have on Shady Sports Network. But we have plenty of fantasy shows. So as always, fantasy reports Tuesday, Sunday nights, and then the bus stop Saturday morning. So keep rocking with us, guys. Big thanks again to all you guys listening in, all you guys that have subscribed, all you guys that have hit the like button. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for even just watching. Football is back, and so is Fantasy Chaos. So let's go win some leagues, guys. That's all I got, right? So have a good night.
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.